Congratulations on your new Hero 5 Black camera. This series of videos will show you how to get started. In this first video, we'll give you an overview of the camera. Hero 5 Black comes with these items: a rechargeable battery, the frame for Hero 5 Black, a mounting buckle attached to the frame, curved and flat adhesive mounts, and a USB-C charging cable. You'll also need a micro SD card, which is sold separately. For a list of recommended cards, visit GoPro.com/workswithGoPro. Are you wondering where the housing is? Hero 5 Black is waterproof to 33 feet right out of the box. No housing is needed. And no housing means less stuff for you to carry. Let's check out the camera. Hero 5 Black has two buttons that you use to operate the camera: the shutter button and the mode button. To help you see if you're recording, there are three status lights on the camera. There's one on the front, one on the back, and another on the bottom, so you can see at least one of them from any angle. On the back, you'll see the large touch display, where you can preview your shots, easily change modes and settings, and immediately play back your videos and photos. Navigating is easy, just tap and swipe. To learn more about using the touch display, be sure to take the camera tour the first time you power on the camera. On the side of the camera that's closest to the lens, there's a side door. Hold down the latch release button and slide the door open. You'll see a USB-C port for charging and an HDMI port in case you want to connect your camera to an HD TV and watch your content on a big screen. To use the HDMI port, you'll need a micro HDMI cable, which is sold separately. On the bottom of the camera, you'll see another door. Open it the same way you open the side door. Press the button while sliding the door open. Insert the battery. Then push an SD card into the slot. Close the door, then slide it until it clicks into place. Be sure it's securely closed. If either door is not closed all the way, your camera is not waterproof. Your Hero 5 Black comes with a partially charged battery, but it's a good idea to fully charge it to get the most out of your first use. Open the side door by pressing down on the button while sliding the door downward. Use the included USB-C cable to connect your camera to a computer or other USB power adapter. The camera status light on the bottom of the camera turns on during charging and turns off when charging is complete. To ensure that you always have the latest features and settings at your fingertips, be sure your Hero 5 Black is running the most current software. Luckily, you don't have to do anything special to find out about software updates. When you connect to the Capture app for mobile or the Quick app for desktop, you'll automatically be notified if an update is available. When using your Hero 5 Black camera, keep these tips in mind. Keep the lens clean and watch out for fingerprints, especially when you're moving the camera in and out of the frame. And if you're using your camera around water, be sure to wipe off the lens so your shots aren't affected by water drops. If the touch display gets wet, just brush off the water with your hand, then use it like you normally would. Before opening either door, be sure the camera is clean and dry. Close the doors completely, especially if you'll be using the camera around water. Last, whenever you use the camera in sand, dirt, or salt water, always rinse it with fresh water afterward. For more information about anything in this video, visit GoPro.com/yourhero5. Congratulations on your new Hero 5 session. This series of videos will show you the basics of capturing life's most incredible moments with your GoPro. In this first video, we'll take a look at what comes in the box and walk you through some basics. The Hero 5 session comes with these items: a standard frame, a mounting buckle, which comes attached to the frame, curved and flat adhesive mounts, and a USB-C charging cable. A micro SD card is also required and is sold separately. You probably noticed that there's no housing in the box, which might make you wonder if you can use the camera in water. Just like with Hero's session before it, the answer is absolutely. As long as the side door is securely closed, this camera is waterproof to 33 feet or 10 meters. And no housing means less stuff for you to carry around. Let's check out the camera itself. It's pretty simple. Just two buttons, the shutter button on the top and the menu button on the back. You can do everything from capturing video and photos to changing settings using these buttons. The camera status screen displays menus, settings, and status info, like battery life and remaining SD card space. When you start and stop recording, Hero 5 Session has two camera status lights that blink red. There's one on the front and one on the back. The camera also has two microphones, one on the front, one on the back, to capture great audio when you're recording video. The door on the side of the camera protects the USB-C charging port and the micro SD card slot. Remember to securely close this door before heading out. Otherwise, the camera isn't waterproof. To insert a micro SD card, open the door, insert the card at a downward angle, then close the door. Be sure the SD card has a Class 10 or UHSI rating. Your Hero 5 Session comes with a built-in battery. The battery comes partially charged, but it's a good idea to fully charge it to get the most out of your first use. First, be sure that your camera is clean and dry. Then open the door and connect your camera to a computer or other charging device with the included USB cable. The camera status light turns on during charging and turns off when charging is complete. From stunning 4K to voice control to video stabilization, the features you get with Hero 5 Session are awesome. But when we release updates, be sure you don't miss out. Luckily, you don't have to do anything special to find out about software updates. When you connect to the Quick app for desktop or the Capture app, you'll automatically be notified if an update is available. Installing just takes a few minutes and you're good to go. Before you head out with your Hero 5 Session, it's a good idea to check your battery status and SD card. Press the menu button on the back of the camera once. The camera cycles through the current video and time-lapse settings, battery status, and available memory. After cycling through this info, the screen automatically turns off. To make changes to any of these settings, see the video about changing modes and settings in this series. When using your Hero 5 Session camera, keep these tips in mind. Keep the lens clean and watch out for fingerprints, especially when you're moving the camera in and out of the frame. And if you're using your camera around water, be sure to wipe off the lens so your shots aren't ruined by water drops. Before opening the side door, be sure the camera is clean and dry. Close the side door completely, especially if you'll be using the camera around water. To get the best audio, shake the camera to remove water and debris from the mic holes. For more information about Hero 5 Session, visit gopro.com/yourhero5. Ready to capture life with the easiest to use GoPro ever? Hero Session is a streamlined, simple one-button experience. It's the best entry-level GoPro, or the perfect compact second or third GoPro. Hero Session is GoPro simplified. Session is small and the lowest weight GoPro, making it the perfect spur-of-the-moment adventure companion. Coming in 50% smaller and 40% lighter than other Hero 4 cameras, you can wear it, mount it with over 25 GoPro camera mounts, or bring it anywhere your passions lead. And Session is our most refined, simplified user experience. One-button capture means you are a single press of a button away from powering up and capturing. One-button control also conserves the battery. When you push the button to record, the camera powers up and records. When you push the button to stop, the camera powers down, saving the battery. Session's sleek design is rugged and waterproof, without a housing. No housing means less to think about. Just choose your adventure, grab your Session, and go. Let's talk about what else you get. Hero Session packs incredible 1080p 60 video resolution of 1080p 60 video and awesome high-performance audio into a rugged design. Its small size and high-quality capture make it the perfect everyday companion to take along on life's adventures. Switch the video mode to 100 frames per second using the GoPro app and capture incredible slow motion that's liquid smooth when you play it back. Hero Session also features 8-megapixel photo capture for time-lapse photos, burst photos, and individual stills. Session is perfect to capture the fun of splashing around the pool, lake, or beach. With the dual mics and exceptional noise filtering built into Session, your audio on the move will be clearer in high winds and have outstanding audio quality. Hero Session also makes it easy to adjust major settings for video, time-lapse, burst, and single photo modes directly on the Hero Session camera. You can also control all major modes and settings using the optional Smart Remote or the free GoPro app for mobile. The GoPro app for mobile also allows you to easily preview and frame your shots, and then view and share your captured footage from your phone. With its rugged, waterproof design and one-button ease of use, Session is the easiest to use GoPro ever. Hero Session. GoPro simplified.
Hey Amazon, I'm Travis. I happen to have a YouTube channel about tech and gadgets, and I've actually reviewed the product you're looking at right now. So I'm going to give you a clip from that video, and hopefully it'll inform your purchasing decision. In 2018, GoPro is under a lot of pressure. There's rumors of a potential buyout. They've given up on the Karma, you know, the drone that had the GoPro on it. They're not even going to support that anymore. And companies like Yi have come out with action cameras that do just about the same stuff for a lot less money. Now, GoPro is known for production quality cameras. I mean, you've seen footage from them on many TV shows like The Deadliest Catch and anywhere you don't want to put a $30,000 camera. So what is this? This is for beginners. This is for the people who wanted an action camera from GoPro but didn't want to pay GoPro prices. So what does this thing have? Can it be worth 200 bucks? Did they strip out too much stuff? Let's unbox it. So of course, being a budget version of their action camera, it just comes with some of the bare minimums. Of course, the actual case, no protective lens in here, just straight up the protective case itself, just around the sides. You have your attachments that you can put on your helmet or wherever you're going to put this. With VHB, VHB is a very sticky, very hardy substance. It'll keep this on whatever you put it on. So make sure whatever you put it on, you want it to stay there. Don't expect to keep taking this off and on and off and on. That's not a thing. Considering the price of the GoPro HERO, the 2018 edition, you gotta know that the market is gonna be mostly prosumers, or even people who are just getting into action cameras. And for that very reason, it has to be very user-friendly. Thank goodness there's a touchscreen on the back, because if you had to do it with buttons, not very user-friendly. But we're gonna take a look at the app and some other things to make sure that this thing is gonna hit the right market, because for GoPro, I really feel like this is a critical product. If they can knock it out of the park with this one and sell a ton of them, then maybe the financial problems that they've been having will go to the wayside. GoPro. We're gonna do English because that's the only thing I can speak. I agree. We can do 1440, so here we go, okay. Has a video stabilizer, preferences. Look at that, all the cool things. I can just swipe down. It's kind of like a smartphone. Now talking about the specs, it's waterproof up to 33 feet. It's got a touch screen. It's got the voice control, which we'll play around with. And most importantly, it does up to 1440p at 60 frames a second. Now what's really interesting is it's not really shown on the front of the box. It only shows 1080p 60. So why would you use 1440p? Well, this isn't really for 4K people who are using 4K exclusively. Obviously, it's better looking than 1080p, and you could use it in a 4K video, but quite frankly, really what you're going to use it for is for 1080p content that you either want to mask or shrink down or do something interesting to, and maybe even a little zoom without losing any quality. So that's where you would use it. Don't really need it for anything else. So this is the stabilization as I'm walking. No gimbal, just walking. Now here we go. No gimbal, running. Audio coming out of GoPro, well out of shape. Now, if you saw my other action camera video, you know I've got to test the waterproof nature of this beast, and I only know one way to do it: in the shower. So the app's pretty cool too. You actually have the ability to change all types of settings on this thing straight from your phone. And that's great. I mean, being able to change the resolution and everything is great when you're not close to your GoPro. Maybe you have it on a stand somewhere and you want to get to it, but you don't want to walk over to it because you're framing up a great shot. Whatever the case may be, that's great. But here is, by far, my favorite feature of this GoPro. GoPro, start recording. So pimp. Now for an action cam, that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you can't get to your camera. Maybe you have it on a monopod, it's really far away, or you know, whatever the case may be. That's so simple. It just made it so easy for me when I was doing different things and taking shots that I probably shouldn't have taken. Regardless, it made it super simple. I just do my voice command and there it is. GoPro. So I hope you liked it. If you want to see more of the video, just go to YouTube and search for Travis MCP. And I hope to see you soon.